Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. What time are you at? 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Yes, you're in the future.
Yeah,
as it
in
were.
evening. So,
Okay.
so I start to present my presentation.
Would you like to just tell us a little bit about yourself first? Your role at ASUS?
Oh, yeah. I'm product manager in ASUS, in charge of ProArt display. And my role is mainly focused on the product planning for the technology and the feature and how the price we're going to set.
Sorry, very nice, very nice. Okay, yes. Please share with us what you can.
Can you see my presentation now?
It's still firing up. It says it's coming. There we go. Yes, we can see you now.
Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting to use this kind of seminar. But sorry, it's a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, the first, I will introduce the ProArt this sub-brand. This is ASUS sub-brand. We want to power up all the content creator imagination. So we always seek our high technology and overcome some limitation for the current industry to build up the high-end technology but affordable device for your need. This is our goal. And actually, we start our product display from 2011. It's not really long for you because all this field I know already very many years, but ASUS maybe it's new, but our patient is very good, very high enough because we always find the top technology, such like as the world first IGZ or 4K display and the first quantum dot display. This one we really developing for 2 years to overcome some industry limitation and contribute the 100% Adobe RGB color, white color gamma display. And then we have our world first printing OLED. This one, you know, the printing OLED is not easy to produce so big size, but ASUS overcome that. And of course, the mini LED, this one you may be familiar with that, is the world first mini LED backlight. We driving for more than 1,000 zones for the local dimming and have HDR technology inside.
Nicky, can we just go back? Sorry, can we just go back to the PQ22? That's not just that's not just an OLED, that's an RGB OLED, right? That's the limiting size factor.
Yeah, that is RGB OLED. It's very pure and very striped RGB, not some different array cell. They use the RGB with like as a diamond alignment, but this one is very vertical stripe.
Much more accurate than, say, the white OLEDs that are used in television sets.
Yeah. But because RGB, so no white lighting, so the luminous maybe have some limitation. So far, we are still trying to overcome. Hopefully, next year we will have more than 500 nits, this kind of OLED. Okay.
Sure.
It's not just only high flagship model. We also have like the prosumer or mainstream for the amateur. But all of them, we focus on the accurate. So all the product have calibration and also have our factory report to guarantee the accuracy. And in the high-end one, we not just only the hardware to achieve high technology, but also the HDR format. We even support the Dolby Vision playback. So that one so far is still unique in this field. And next year, I know maybe we announced this model from last year, but because the new technology always have very difficult to achieve the year rate. So next year, very beginning, we will have PS32 UCG. This one is the world first 1600 nits display. It can contribute edge to edge 1000 nits, but with 120 Hertz. VRR is a dynamic refresh rate. This one can provide very clear motion performance when you are review the motion rendering. It will no motion blur or tearing. This kind of very pain point in you are reviewing the motion content. And this one also can guarantee the color accuracy is less than 1. And as you know, the mini LED backlight maybe have some halo effect. So ASUS, we also try our best to find one solution. We call this off-axis contrast optimization. This one can reduce 80% halo and gain 7 times contrast ratio when you are looking in the very big view angle. So you will not suffer the halo when 2 persons is going to review one content together. And also the smart HDR technology. This one also very our unique performance in the future. We offer 3 kinds of PQ curve. The PQ clip is to guarantee the PQ core value under the maximum display luminance. And PQ optimize is to present all the core value in the metadata, but just have small roll to get very smooth in the high luminous core value, but guarantee almost 70% core value. And PQ Basic, this one is to simulate end users TV, because some TV they don't have very high luminous, or they have very smoothing roll off there. So we want to have one rendering mode to let creator they can simulate end users condition. And HDR Preview Mode, this one is to offer you to review the HDR content when you are still editing. Sometimes your content is not finished yet, you didn't pack with the HDR flag. You can, in some display, you need to finish overall and packing with all the metadata inside with HDR flag. Then you just can review in the review display or some TV. But in this mode, you don't need wait finish or complete. You can editing and review at the same time. It's good for your productivity. And ProArt Calibration, this one is a hardware solution. We use one software tool you need to install in the PC side and launch from the PC. This tool will generate a test pattern and go through to the display pipeline, scaler IC, then G-Con, then driver IC. Then you need to have color meter to get data of current display. Then in our tool, we'll send back the data into the PC again, run the algorithm. Then we'll generate one lookup table data. You can select to send back to the display or just keep in the PC as a profile. We call this hardware calibration. And here you can see our UI. You have SDR, HDR select in color gamma, EOTF, and brightness, color temperature. You can just select your preference or just based on the standard to do the calibration. And all the UI will guide you how to set up the device and where you have to put the color meter, then the test pattern will run. Then you will have the report. Okay, I know, Kevin, you have tried this tool, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, how do you think?
I found it really useful because so the way the menus are laid out is you get presets for all of the working color spaces that we use. So that's very nice that it's already set up for colorists. It even includes Dicon medical mode. But if you want something outside of the presets, then the ProArt calibration tool is definitely the best way to go. And so that gets you very accurately, as you said, usually within Delta 1 or Delta 2. And then you can go in with the extremely flexible color management tools. So gain and offset, basically RGB gain, RGB offset, plus the 6-vector hue and saturation controls to tweak that further to get the delta down to definitely below 1. And I found it very easy to use. That was, and quite quick actually. I was surprised how quickly, because normally when I'm doing calibrations, we're using a lot of patches. But this seems to understand the technology enough to get a great response very quickly.
Yeah. This is all our own technology, because we not just only the UI, we also build up the algorithm and the very basic API with the scalar IC, so we can control very completely. So if you have any feedback or some calibrate result is not like your expectation or compare with other calibration, you can just tell us. We can try to find out where we can have more improvement.
There's some confusion, I think, in the chat that people are asking about what type of OLEDs, but this is not OLEDs. This is mini LEDs, 1,152 zones, and the backlights are white. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we get the brightness from. That's how you can get the brightness up so high.
Yeah, the backlight is white, but actually the LED is the blue lighting, because we use the quantum dot, the blue lighting, to contribute with the quantum dot to generate the
So the color accuracy comes. So the color accuracy comes from the quantum dot. Is that correct? Yeah.
Right. But some calibrator, the color meter, we also suggest that you select OLED profile, because the color spectrum is more similar with the OLED.
Okay.
But if you are using the K10, the kind of color meter, right now we are still working with the K10, because we cannot find a suitable profile from the K10 device. So far, they are still working with our display. We'll generate one profile for this kind of quantum dot display. Okay. And here we do some comparison between the we call it hardware calibration and software calibration. The software calibration is more like the X-ray or data color. They provide their tool and allow the user to do the calibration and save as a ICC profile. In calibration scope, in our hardware calibration, we can calibrate including the 1D lot and the 3D lot or 3x3. It's kind of full calibration. But in software calibration, they need to, based on the OS, they have to support the color management module, and also the software, the app need to support as well. So it's based on the OS more. And for the calibration, in the hardware calibration, you can just keep in the display, but in software, you only can save in the system, the OS system. In the algorithm, of course, we control the 1D, 3D, and even the HDR color, gamma, that kind of transfer. But in software calibration, everything depends on the OS. And as our understanding, right now, the OS, so far, they cannot allow users to do the 3D lot calibration, because the API is not ready yet. So in 1D lot, they right now is just from the software calibration can achieve is 1D lot, but 3D lot right now in our hardware calibration, we control that. So in 1D, of course, is kind of RGB channel individually. So every channel is just can control or be recalibrated independently. So it means when I adjust one color, it might influence other color. Like this example, the 1D lot, if you want to have R, then you calibrate the R, this 1D table, but the G and B will be impacted. But in 3D lot, all the color, every color in the cube is representing an unique color. So you can have very specified, very accurate color data inside. That's why we said that 3D lot can be more accurate. So this is a comparison table. We calibrate in one same display. In the hardware calibration side, this one can achieve the delta E less than 1, is around 0.7. But when we use the ICC profile, we use same display and same color meter, the result is around double, is 1.5. So if you are going to use the hardware calibration, it's more accurate. And as I mentioned, introduced in our UI, the HDR calibration now is available. It means you can calibrate the HDR PQ, you can calibrate HDR HLG. And right now, we also support the Kelman ready and light illusion color space. Both is ready with our API. In new model, our flagship PA32 UCG, this one display, all the preset mode you can calibrate again and rewrite again. So you will not just have to use a mode to do the calibration and to just select two modes. All the preset you can rewrite based on your current display condition. So this is mainly my presentation.
Okay, thanks, Nicky. So basically with the UCG, instead of having 2 customizable slots, all 10 slots are customizable. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go quickly to the chat, see if there are some questions. I'm going to work backwards unless somebody can help me pick them out.
There is a question here.
Yeah.
How do you compensate for temperature drift due to heat buildup in the QD sheets?
Okay, that's pretty technical.
Yeah.
How much heat is the heat a problem inside these displays?
Yeah, in the QD sheet, I think he studied our display very well, because the QD have QD sheet or the QD in the LED or QD in the color field side. We use the QD sheet, but the thermal is not really from the QD structure, it's from the LED efficient. And right now, because the mini LED need to be packed and the LED die is very small, so when the high current goes through the LED, the temperature will getting high. This one right now, the temperature right now we set the limitation is around 60 to 70 this temperature. When you hit this temperature, the thermal fan will start running to help cooling down. So I believe with general content or general movie, that kind of watching, the thermal should be okay. But if you want to torture that display with the 1000 nits wide screen for all the time, more than 1 hour or 2 hours, of course, the temperature will getting high. But I believe with the thermal fan, the temperature
actually, I can confirm that. I know that it's slightly different, but on the UCX that I'm using in my home studio, I can feed it a signal that will get those fans running, and it gets quite noisy. And actually, I tend to use it as a sort of a, those of you that have used the X300, you know, there's a little orange light comes on if you overdrive it and it goes into dim mode. Well, on the UCX, if I start hearing those fans going, I start to wonder if I'm pushing the brightness levels a little bit too hard and a little bit too high. And I find that, but I agree, I found that the normal grading at that's never been an issue for me, but I have heard those fans kick in, and you know it.
Yeah, we understand that, because that backlight structure is built originally is for the 1000 nits for around 30 minutes or to 1 hour. It's not for long duration.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do we have an indication of price for the UCG?
I think it's higher than UCX.
Can you give us is it less than, it's less than $10,000, right?
Sure.
Is it less than 5?
It's close to 5.
Close to 5. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I think what's really interesting about this is it's a display that exceeds the specification in terms of brightness and contrast of the dual layer 1000 nit displays, because it has a peak of 1600. It has the off-axis calibration, which I've seen for myself does a fantastic job of removing the flare in the blacks. And it does a full 1000 nit, a full field 1000 nits. So that's a pretty remarkable monitor by any standards.
Yeah.
Now we have some giveaways, right? We're going to give away a monitor. Is that right?
Yep.
We're going to give away a couple, I think.
2 monitors. Okay. And I think we need 6 names because we have to look into shipping arrangements. There will be.
Yep. And if people want to head over to Slido, there's a lot of people that have joined. Either use the QR code or use Colorist Mixer and put your name in, the same name that you're using in the Zoom meeting right now, so we can get in touch with you. And we're going to kick this thing off, Nikki.
I'm not sure if the question already give them, or I have to go through the question.
The questions loaded. The questions are loaded, so
okay.
They will run. We'll just let people come in. I can see there's a lot of interest in the monitor. So this
is a PA279CV, a ProArt display monitor.
Right, 27-inch ProArt CV. Yeah, 27.9 CV. Yeah, indeed. And we're giving away 2 of those. Okay, so we have nearly 100 people in the quiz. I would say that's a good starting point to go from.
Going up very slowly.
Very slowly. Okay, we'll
nearly get to 100. Come on, we can get to 100.
Come on. 2 more people.
Yes, 99.
100.
101.
Okay, they're still coming in. Okay,
give
let's
10 more
102.
seconds.
All right, that's a good turnout. That's a very good turnout. The world is coming back to life. Yeah,
104.
Yeah, no, I see some interested people there. Okay, let's kick it off.
Yep.
So we're going to collect names at the end of this one, and we'll notify you later. What are the benefits of ProArt calibration to your workflow? So this is free software that is available to ProArt users. What are the benefits from ProArt calibration to your workflow? 27 answers, 99 answers.
I think we wanted to give people a fair bit of time.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. Well, we know that
we got 105
over 100
people in the
Yeah, so once we get to 100, we've got most people's answers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to go. It's not going to go. Okay, 100. Here we go. What are the benefits? All of the above. That was easy.
Should be easy.
which does not include HDR mode in ASUS Smart HDR technology. Okay, so remember, this is the 3 modes that you get with each of the HDR modes. Which one is not in that HDR menu?
It's tougher that they can't just answer all of the above in this one, I think. We'll start weeding out the real winners
Yeah,
here.
no, you got to think about this one a little bit. I was going to explain what the various modes are, and I thought that would give it away. Roll wants music with the quiz. Roll, perhaps you'd like to hum a tune for us, some Christmas carols or something.
I could just hum the Jeopardy tune.
There you go.
Oh, all right. We have 37% on PQ standard.
37%. Okay, that's a good response.
Nice.
Yeah, the modes are clip for grading, optimized to get a weighted version of the full curve, and PQ basic, which simulates cheaper devices. How much can off-axis contrast optimization technology improve the mini LED display? So how much of an improvement do you get from this new off-axis contrast optimization? There's a lot of thinking going on here. I can see that.
Just firing their answers in there real quick. I like this. I think they know that there's a time, if you're faster, it might help you.
I think we've seen how this works now. So gonna have to rush you.
A couple
Last
more.
5 or 6 people.
And there we go.
There it is. Okay, another. Okay, that's good. So good understanding of the technology. 82%. Yes, 80% reduction on halo effects. 7 times more contrast.
Ooh.
Thanks, Nicky.
So we've got.
Very good. Yes, thanks,
Yeah,
Nicky. That was
thank you so much.
super informative.
And thanks again, Nick. We really appreciate it. Everyone can head on over to ASUS's website and find all their details there. Thank you so much.